What's happening, Jubitarians? This is Bradley Juby, and now we start number 2 of our free format Friday. The part of the week where you decide what I would like to talk about. Alright, and I got pretty much a lot on my plate, so I'm going to get through this as much as I can. Okay, and the first few topics we've got from Al Chambers. What's going on, Al? I'm one of your Al's pals. So, he wants me to rank all the live-action Batman films. You know me, I'm a huge fan of Batman. So, here I go. My least favorite Batman movie, of course, is Batman and Robin. Oh, that was a bad one. Oh, boy, that was a... Ugh. That was a mess. But... Number 8, I'd say, was Batman Forever. I mean, it was nowhere near as bad as Batman and Robin, but I feel like it kind of missed a few points. Of course, there's going to be a 6-way tie between Batman and Superman: Dawn of Justice and Suicide Squad. Batman vs. Superman, it was pretty good. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't really my favorite necessarily. Yes, I do include Suicide Squad on that list because it does have Batman in it. Although Ben Affleck only appears in 3 scenes, 2 as Batman and 1 as Bruce Wayne. Alright, number 5 on that is, of course, Batman Begins, which is a pretty good start to the Nolan trilogy. I thought it was Batman. This Batman made a comeback. I really like that one. Number 4 is Batman of 1989, of course. It doesn't seem like a great film compared to the Nolan films, but back in '89, that was a game changer as far as films go and film marketing and all what have you. And I put a 2-way tie for second between The Dark Knight Rises, which I thought was a fitting into the Nolan trilogy, and Batman Returns, which is actually my favorite of the Tim Burton Batman films. And of course, number 1 is The Dark Knight. Of course, The Dark Knight it grabs a hold of you and it just doesn't let go. Okay, and here's more questions from Al Chambers. Were you a C-section baby? I don't believe I was, okay? I was born naturally. No C-section, no epidural. Natural. Would you describe yourself as a good boy? Well, that all depends, Al. 'Cause sometimes I'm a good boy, but sometimes I'm not, okay? Would you say you have ugly friends? Oh, certainly not, alright? You guys are some of the awesomest friends I've got. You are all a bunch of handsome young men, and every young lady I consider a friend, I consider a very beautiful woman. So, if you're a true friend of Bradley Juby's, I love you guys. I will never call you ugly. Do you like to dance? Maybe, but I don't really have a lot of moves. Let's just put it at that. Okay, here's some from Caleb Dolan. When did you find Christ, he asks. I got saved on December 18th, 2002 on the church bus heading back from the Weird Church Got a Prophecy that night. I'll go into detail on that in a future vlog. That's a future vlog in and of itself. Okay. Top 10 favorite camp foods. I'd say number 5 are the sausage biscuits. I love making those sausage biscuits. Oh, just split up a biscuit and then put the sausage in and some cheese. 4, the chicken strips. Oh my gosh, I love those chicken strips. Number 3, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese made its Big Cedars debut this year in 2017. And I hope it stays at Big Cedars for a long, long time to come. Number 2 are the burgers. And we actually did some pretty good burgers this year. And number one is Mexican. Everybody who knows me knows I love Mexican food. I cannot get enough of Mexican food. Caleb also asks, what are any future projects? Well, as I mentioned, that's one of them. I may come out with a preview of OU football season. If you don't follow my my personal Facebook, I do my top 30 Oklahoma Sooner football countdown, and this year I did sorry, I get my tongue. This kind of happens sometimes. I did the top 30 greatest OU football games, and today's was the 2017 Sugar Bowl. It was Bob Stoops' last game, and it was a fitting ending to a pretty good season last year that started off very badly. So, yes, that is among our potential projects. Do you have ownership of To the Handyman Can song? The music itself I don't have ownership to, because it's, I don't know who has ownership to it, but it's not me. The lyrics, though, are of my work, so, you know. Because I think when it comes to parody song lyrics, you are legally allowed to parody, and it, you know, but we'll talk about that in a future video. Okay, and here's Ethan Chavez. And he asks, do you ever feel like singing songs from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? I don't know. Maybe. You know what? Maybe that may be another future video where I may just sing you guys the melody, the medley for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. That's a potential future video for you, Caleb. So, and also Ethan Chavez asks, do you love your girlfriend? I'm going ahead and go tell this right to you, Lauren. Yes, I do. I love my Lauren Meyer. I love her, love her, love her, love her. And you never know what true love is until you date a redhead. So, and she's the prettiest one of them all. I love being around her. I love looking at her. She's so sweet. She's so adorable. She always puts a smile on my face every time I see her, and it tears me up when I'm not around her. Because she is a true treasure. Well, anyway, this concludes my free format Friday. And you have until all next week to submit week 3 of Free Format Friday, so I think we had a pretty good one. Anyway, Jubitarians, this is Bradley Juby. Have a